mistakes on a ticket, if they're not material, like maybe a misspelled name or maybe the statute was wrongly listed on the ticket, it doesn't mean those mistakes automatically void the ticket. However, if the error is significant enough where it could mislead you or change the nature of the charge, this can be a way to get your case thrown out. So here's the test that courts will use. They're looking to see, is it a clerical error or is it a fundamental error? Clerical errors can be easily remedied. Fundamental errors, it actually changes the nature of the charge and now there's no case. For example, in Ohio, a citation that listed the wrong code section but did list the correct offense was allowed to be amended in court. The court in Ohio actually laid out a test for us to use, and the test was this. Was the driver given clear notice of the actual charge, and were they misled or disadvantaged in preparing a defense? On the other hand, if the ticket lists a completely different offense, let's say the officer claimed he pulled you over for speeding, but then he actually wrote down that you ran a stop sign. This could actually fundamentally change the entire nature of the charge itself, and it would put you at a disadvantage in preparing for your defense. That type of error should almost always result in a dismissal of your charge. Always review your ticket for accuracy, because if the officer wrote down something that seems to be fundamentally different than than what he actually claimed to pull you over for, the worst thing you could possibly do is point out the error to the cop on the side of the road. I've seen people do this before where they're like, oh, officer, you wrote this down wrong. You can't charge me for this. The officer goes, oh, well, give me the ticket back. And he literally writes them another ticket right there and fixes the error. Save it for court. Allow the officer to make the mistake and use it to your advantage to potentially show that it was a substantive error and the case should be dismissed.